In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to make your very own blog using WordPress on your very own hosting. So you've got your own domain name and you've got this great looking blog, as you can see in front of you now. It's really easy to set up. It's really great looking. You can add some AdSense adverts as well to monetize your site. It's got loads of different blog sort of features in terms of you can add video posts, image posts, all sorts of different posts. It's got a great Instagram feed. It's got links to all your social media. It's got social media sharing. And yeah, well, apart from that, it just looks amazing. If you click through and have a look at some of the posts, you see the really nice, clear, lovely typography. And yeah, just a really good looking blog. So I'm going to take you through this step by step. And we're going to do it within about an hour or so. I'm going to show you how to do it from having nothing, so registering a domain name, setting up your hosting, installing WordPress, installing this theme, adding some content, and basically getting a website that looks just like the one you're looking at right now. Don't worry if you've never made a website before or never made a blog before. Don't worry, I'm going to take you through everything, and if you get stuck at any point, I'm here to answer your questions via the comments below this video, or email, or Twitter, or whatever you like. So let's get started. Hello, it's Alex here from wpeagle.com. Thanks for watching. Now, in this video, as I said, we're going to be creating our very own blog site using WordPress. I'm going to be taking you through everything step by step. I'll put a link up on the screen now so you can go and check out the site that you're going to be making. I'm going to take you through everything, and I'm here to answer any questions, so don't worry if you've never made a website before. Now, the demo site that you're looking at can be customized, so the background, the colors, the fonts, all that sort of stuff can be changed to suit your needs. Obviously, you can upload your own logo and pictures and really make it your own. So don't think you're stuck with the design that you're looking at in terms of my demo site. You can tweak it, and it's really easy to tweak it too, and I'm going to show you how to do all that as well. Now, I just want to take you through a couple of the costs that are involved to get them out of the way and make you aware of them right now. The first is going to be hosting, and now hosting is where your kind of blog lives on the internet. You basically hire a tiny little bit of a server of a company, and they make sure that your website's online, website, blog. I'm going to kind of use the two terms. They're the same sort of thing. A blog is basically just a website which is news focused and has, you know, regular posts on it. That's all the differences. So yeah, you're going to need some hosting. Now, I've got some voucher codes which I'm going to share with you, which allow you to get your first month's hosting for just a penny. And there's a 45-day money back guarantee on that too, with my preferred hosting company, HostGator. So not a huge commitment on that front. The next thing you're going to need is the premium WordPress theme, which is what basically makes the blog look really cool and gives you all the cool features. And there's a small investment of just $44 for that. And not only do you get the theme, but you get some support from the developers, and you get updates and stuff. So you get new features as you go forward, and it makes sure that you're all kind of secure and all that sort of stuff. So that's all you're going to need to get started. Not a huge investment. Hopefully you've got that to get going. In terms of making money, I'm going to show you how to add some AdSense to your blog as well, so that once you start posting content and your blog becomes popular, you can add some adverts and monetize your site that way. Now, I'm here to help, so if you get stuck at any point during this video, or even before you started, you've got some questions, then please just post them below this video, and I will do my best to reply as quickly as I can. I do aim to reply to all the comments I get, which are quite a few, and I think I've pretty much hit that target at the moment, and I'm generally replying within a day or so. So yeah, don't think you're gonna have to wait for ages. I will do my best to answer as quickly as I can. Okay, so let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is set up our hosting and get WordPress installed. So yeah, let's get on the computer and do that. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is set up our web hosting and get a domain name if you haven't done so already. Don't worry if you've already registered a domain name. And when I say domain name, I'm talking about a .com or a .net or .whatever, .biz. There's loads of dots at the moment. So if you've got one of them, don't worry, I'll show you how you can point that towards your new hosting very shortly. If you haven't got a .com or a domain name, then we're going to register one right now when we set up our hosting. Now, I've chosen HostGator as my recommended host, and the reason for that is that they are really good and really good value for money as well. You get super fast web hosting for only a few dollars a month, and I found their support to be really useful, really helpful, and really quick. And the performance on the sites has always been good. So if you look at any of the sites that I've set up in my videos on my channel, the majority of them are on HostGator and they all work fine. And go check them out, and you'll see that yeah, they perform really well. Just to be clear, hosting, if you don't know what hosting is where your website kind of lives on the internet. You kind of hire a little bit of a server, and that's where your website is, and it's always online. And yeah, basically you need hosting and you need a domain name in order to set up a website or a blog or whatever. And obviously in this video we're setting up a blog with it. So let's get started. I've got a voucher as well for HostGator so that you get your first month for just a penny, which means you don't have to commit too much money, and there's a 45-day money back guarantee anyway. So if for whatever reason it doesn't work out, you can easily just quit it, call it a day, and nothing lost, no worries. Okay, so let's click Get Started now, and scroll down a little bit. You'll find the different plans. Now, if this is going to be just a little blog you're setting up, then probably the hatchling plan is all you need. If you've got bigger ambitions and you're thinking of setting up maybe lots of blogs or blogs and websites and all sorts of things, then maybe the baby or the business plan might be more suitable for you. But for now, let's just go for the hatchling plan and click Sign Up Now. Okay, so now we've got this form to fill in, and the first box is to do with the domain name, as I mentioned. So I'm going to register a domain name right now with HostGator, so if you haven't got a domain name, then just follow me step by step. If you already own a domain name, you just need to click on this tab here and enter the domain name that you've already registered with another provider. Maybe you've registered with GoDaddy or Namecheap or any of those guys. Just type in the domain that you've registered into this box. So for all you guys that don't have a domain name yet, including myself, I'm going to type one in here, and I'm going to go for just something pretty generic, WP Eagle demo blog, because that's all it's going to be, this blog. It's not actually a real blog, it's just for demonstration purposes, so this domain name will be fine. And as you type that in and select whether you want a .com or .club or any of these other weird ones, obviously .com is probably preferable, or preferable. Yeah, that's a funny word. Yeah, so as you type it in and select your domain extension, HostGator goes off and does a little search to check that it's available. Obviously, if someone's already registered the domain name you want, then you can't register it. Obviously, there can only be one domain name per registration. So, luckily for me, no one's registered WP Eagle demo blog, strangely enough. So that's fine. And then it gives you the option if you want to register some more, go for it. But for now, I'm just going to go for this the single domain name, wpeagledemoblog.com, and it's saying it's going to be $12.95 for the year, which is pretty reasonable. Now, you can add domain privacy protection if you'd like. Basically, that just hides your identity, because when you register a domain name, your registration details can be publicly seen. So if you're not too keen on that, tick that box. I'm not too bothered about that, because that's another $12.95 a year. So I'm going to untick that. And okay, so the package type is our next option, and we're currently on hatchling, which is the one we selected earlier, which is fine. You can now choose your billing cycle, and it's better value obviously if you go for a longer period, but if you're not sure how long you're going to keep your blog going, then maybe just go for the 1 month. But I say you do get quite a discount if you go for a longer period. Now, I've got a voucher, as I say, that will give you the first month for a penny, so if you do go for 1 month, then the bill today is going to be quite small. Now, I'm not going to fill in all this stuff right now, because that's going to get a bit boring, filling in all these usernames and pins, whatever. But yeah, just fill in the form. The username is what you're going to be logging in with. Your PIN number is just for when you're contacting HostGator for support if you need it. Billing info is obviously quite straightforward, just your name, address, email, all that kind of stuff, and whether you want to pay with credit card or by PayPal, it's up to you. And then if you scroll down a bit further, section 4 is all about additional services, which again, I don't think we need any of these, so just untick those. And then if we get to section 5, you'll find the coupon code. If you just take out whichever coupon code's already in there, and my coupon code, which gives you the first month for a penny, is Eagle Penny. If you type that in and click validate, you'll see that your hosting is now down to just a penny. Obviously, there is the charge there for the domain, but if you've already got a domain, you won't have to pay that, obviously. It's only for you if you're registering a new domain. I will just add that is an affiliate coupon, so I do earn a very small commission if you use that. And well, thank you very much. Yeah, it's a great way of showing your support and helping me create more videos that I hope are very useful for you guys. But yeah, That's my coupon code. It'd be great if you could use it, and you get your first month for a penny. Okay, so once you've done all that, you just need to tick the box at the bottom to agree to the terms of service and all that kind of business, and then click checkout now. So what I'll do is I'll quickly fill in all this form myself and get myself signed up, and then we'll carry on and get WordPress installed and start setting up our blog. Okay, so I completed all the registration form and my payment details and all that kind of stuff, voucher code, and signed up. And I'm now just looking at my email, and I've received a couple of emails from HostGator, which is great. The first one here is to do with the new domain name I registered. So if you registered a new domain name with HostGator, you will have got one of these too. If you open that email up, there's just like a link here that you need to click. So I'm just going to click it now, and that should just kind of validate my email, which is great. So that's done. Now the other one that you get from HostGator is this one. Now this one's got all your important information in terms of your control panel, address, your username, password, all that kind of stuff. Now, I've waited about an hour actually since I filled in the form and signed up, because if you're registering a new domain name, it can take a little while just for it to register and appear. But it's there now. So if I click on my domain name and have a look at the website, you can see that it's got the basic kind of HostGator screen, and you're going to need this to be showing in order to kind of get started. And it shows that the domain is all registered and working nicely. So I'll just close that for a sec. But what we're going to do is go into our control panel now and get some things set up in there in terms of installing WordPress and all that sort of malarkey. So to get into control panel, I'm going to click this link here which says your control panel. And then you need username and password, which are also in this email. So the username is the one that you entered when you signed up, I'd imagine. And then the password, I'm just copying and pasting these, is here. Obviously you can change that to something a bit more memorable if you like. Okay, so this is our HostGator control panel. You can save the password in your browser if you like. There's a load of pop-ups that pop up, so yeah, let's just get rid of these. Okay, and now don't get too overwhelmed. There is quite a few options in here, but don't worry, we don't really need to mess around with too many of them. If you scroll down, and this is a note for people that have already registered a domain name with another provider, so with GoDaddy, Namecheap, any of those guys, what you're going to need to do in order to get your website up and running is log into your domain provider's control panel, whether that's GoDaddy or whatever. Log in there, look for your domain name settings, or your domain name servers, or your name servers, and go into the options in there. And what you need to do is get these two name servers, which will be at the bottom of your HostGator control panel, and you need to change whatever you've got in there currently to that, and then wait maybe an hour or two, and then your domain will point to your HostGator hosting and you're ready to go. So that's only for people that have got a domain elsewhere. If you just registered a new domain name with HostGator, then you're fine. Don't worry about that, but it should all be ready to go as it is. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is install WordPress. So the easy way to do that is at the very top here. We've got this Get Started with WordPress Today. Let's give that a click. Let that load up. There's some stuff here. We say, okay, I've got it. And then if we scroll down, you'll see this Install WordPress. We give that a click. And then this big button over here, Install WordPress. Then we've just got a little form here we need to fill in. So you need to select your domain name. You don't need to add anything to the path here, just leave that blank. You need to type in your email address and give the blog a name. Let's call it WP Eagle Demo Blog, because that's what it is. And you need to create an admin user. So I'm just going to use that. Put your name in and off you're done. If you go, you're all done. Let's click install. And another pop-up, just click no thanks, I'm a web designer. And it says your install is complete across the top here in this orange bar. Now in this orange bar is our credentials to log in, so it's very important that we don't close this just yet. So it says we can log into WordPress over here. That's our username and that's our password. So I'm just going to copy this password. And don't worry, we're going to change that in a minute because it's quite hard to remember, isn't it? I'm going to click this link. So now we're actually logging into WordPress that's just been installed on our hosting. So the username is the one that I just typed in. The password is one I just copy and pasted from that orange thing across the top. I'm going to click remember me and click login. And we're now in the back end of our WordPress. Again, you can save passwords if you want, but it's probably relevant because I'm going to change it right now, my password. But yeah, we're into WordPress. If we go to the front of the website, let's refresh that. You see, this is the kind of default WordPress theme. It's kind of a very basic blog, but you know, it's starting to look a little bit like a website now. So yeah, as I said, the first thing I'm going to do is change my password. If I go to edit my profile up here, and then scroll down, there's this password box here. I can generate a new password, an even longer one that's even harder to remember, so that's no good. Or you can just remove that and just start typing a password in here. I'm just going to click hide. I don't want to share it with you guys. And type in my password that I can remember. Click confirm use of weak password, even though it's not that weak, to be fair. And then click update profile. Okay, so that's it. We're done. We're on WordPress and we've got our password changed, domain registered, all that sort of stuff. We're ready to now kind of get our website looking like a real blog, getting our theme, installing it, and then we're ready to start posting content and customizing it and making it our own. Okay, so the theme we're going to be using on our blog is called Maple. It's a responsive WordPress blog theme. It's a premium theme, which means you do have to pay for it. The cost is just $44. Now, a lot of people say to me, well, there's loads of free themes out there. Why don't you just go and use one of them? Which is fine. You can do that if you like. But in my experience, and I've been using WordPress for quite a long time, and I've been making lots and lots of websites and blogs in that time, is that free themes are actually a bit more expensive than you think. And the reason I say that is because generally they don't have all the features that you need. They're generally not supported, which means if you get stuck or whatever, you can't reach out for help from the developer. They're often not updated that regularly, which can be a problem, especially from a security point of view. And yeah, just in general, they're just not of the same quality as the premium themes. So I always recommend a premium theme, and I always use a premium theme, because for a small investment, as I say, you get the updates, you get a quality theme, you get support, and all that kind of stuff that's going to make your life a lot easier in the long run. So yeah, $44. I'm going to put a link up to the theme. It's for sale on ThemeForest, which is a really great website. It's part of a group of websites which include Video Hive and Audio Jungle and Graphic River and PhotoJune, which are all kind of great places that you can get stuff like photos or graphics or whatever you need when you're making websites. So if you haven't got an account, I'd recommend that you sign up for one and deposit a little bit of money in there, because it's always handy to have a bit of cash in there so that you can get hold of themes or plugins or whatever you need to make your website really cool. But for this one, yeah, you're going to need to deposit at least $44. I say the link on the screen that I put up, that is an affiliate link again, so thanks very much. If you use that, I'll get a very small commission. I only recommend products that I use myself, so the affiliate commission is just a little bonus. I would recommend this product, and I'd recommend ThemeForest and everything else that I recommend in my videos, regardless of the commission, just because I think they're good stuff and I use them myself, and yeah, I want to share it. Okay, so enough talk. Let's get this downloaded and installed. So I've already purchased it. You'll need to come and click buy and add to cart, whatever, buy now. So I've already purchased it, so I'm going to just click download and download the zip file. Let me just create a little folder on my computer. If you watch any of my other videos, you'll know my computer is a mess. So forgive me on that. New blog website, that'll do. So it's handy to have a folder where you keep all your stuff. I'm going to save that zip file. So that's got our theme in it. What you need to do is actually extract that file. So I just clicked on it there from my browser. But hopefully you'd be able to unzip that file on your computer if you're using a PC, whatever. I think generally you just double click it, or you might need to right click and go open with zip or decompress or whatever. Once you open up the zip file, you get another folder which is the theme, which is Maple 2.2, and within there's a couple of other zip files, this one here Maple Child and this one here Maple. So I'm just going to go back to my browser. I'm going to go back to the website that we are setting up, wpeagledemoblog.com, and then to access your WordPress backend, which is where we went just a few moments ago, you need to type /wp-admin/, which hopefully will be in your browser history anyway, because you've just been there. We're already logged in. It's kind of remembered me, which is good because that's the box that I ticked. And we're now ready to upload that theme. So if we go down here to Appearance and Themes. So in here is where we can add our theme that we just downloaded and extracted. So if we go to Add New, and then go Upload Theme, and then go Choose File. And then find that folder, which was the Maple v2.2. It may be 2 point something or whatever, different version in the future when you download it, but for me it's Maple v2.2. And then in there I'm just going to select the maple.zip. Now if you're going to be doing some real customization, you might want to install the child theme, but for now we'll just go for the maple.zip and click Install Now. Okay, so now it's saying that we need to install a few plugins to get the theme working properly. So if we click on Begin Installing Plugins, then on the left-hand side, if we click this box at the top and select everything, and then go down to Bulk Actions and select Install, and then select Apply. That's all done. So now if we go and have a look at the front of our website, I'm going to go up here and go Visit Site. You can see that it's starting to look a little bit like a blog, which is really cool. It's only got the one post so far, the demo post, but and no, graphics or anything to say, but it's starting to come together, which is really good. Now, what I like to do to help me get started is to install the demo content that came with the theme. So kind of get it looking like the demo, and then just kind of customizing it from there. It gives you a good idea of layouts and all that sort of stuff. So to do that, let's go back into our dashboard. Go to Theme Options down the bottom here, and then there's a Demo Importer link. And then we're just going to click Import Demo. And now that's going to take a minute or two, so we'll just let that run. Okay, so that's all done. Didn't take too long. It's all imported now. So now if we're going to have a look at the front of our website, well, you can see that it's actually looking like a real blog. It's got the logo, it's got the background image, it's got some blog posts here. We can click through, have a look. And yeah, they're all here so that we can now kind of have a look around and edit them, delete them, whatever we want to do. But it really gives a great kind of idea of how to lay out the blog. Now, this theme comes with a number of different kind of homepage options. We've got this one here, which is nice, which is the one I'm probably going to use. But there are some other ones here. You've got this classic blog layout. Is that the one we're using? Yep, okay. We've got the list layout, which is just a nice long list of posts. That's quite nice too. Yeah, maybe we'll go for that one. There's a classic post and then the list. So you get the nice big one and then you get some lists. Which is good too. I quite like the list one really, but obviously you go through these and decide which one. There's a light style version. Yeah, so we'll go for the list layout. So to select which one you would like out of these demos, I notice I've actually gone off to the demo site here. I'm going to go back to my website, wp demo. Okay, and all those homepage options are in Theme Options and in Home Settings. So you can have a big post at the top, which is kind of cool. We're currently set to grid layout, but I'm going to go for the list layout. I think I'm going to turn off. No, we'll leave the big post on actually. Hey, why not? And then you've got a few more other settings here, which we can maybe have a look at later in terms of setting up a sidebar, that sort of thing. So let's save those changes. Go back and have a look. There we go. Now we've got our nice list layout. So what I'm going to do now is take you through elements step by step in terms of how to change this logo, how to set up your social media icons, how to change this menu, how to kind of work on a post, how to remove any of these posts if you don't want them, which you probably don't because they're demo, how to play with this sidebar. Basically all these elements I'm going to take you through one by one, step by step, just so that you can work out how to customize them and make them your own. Okay, so let's go back in and go to theme options. And let's go through these and start from the top. So the general settings is where you can kind of mess around with the layout of the site. So you can mess around with the width of the site. Probably 1080 is about right, but you could go wider or narrower. You can select your site background. At the moment it's using an image which came with the theme. Let me just show you. I'm going to open this in another tab, the front, so that we can just switch between so I can point out. So we're talking about this image here, which is, you know, fair enough, but you might have another one that you'd like to use. So to do that, you would upload it here, and then you can set whether it repeats and all that kind of thing. If you don't want a graphical kind of image background, you can just simply select a color and then click remove to remove that background. A few more settings here which you probably don't want to mess around with unless you really want to customize it. So these are the animation styles, like the zoom in. I think that's when you're scrolling down there, zooming in a real cool kind of way. But you could say, have a look at some of these other ones. They've got a fade in. Let's just change that and click save. Go back and then refresh and see how that looks. So they kind of, just a nice fade. That's nice. Here you can set a favicon, one of them things anyway, which is the little icon. At the moment we've got the HostGator croc showing, but yeah, you could have a whatever image you like there. It just needs to be a small 18 by 18 image. You can upload that there. Got an iOS bookmarklet icon, which is when someone adds the website to their home screen, you get a nice little icon. A Metro UI, which I guess is for, is that for Windows phones, maybe? Whatever. Retina support on, that's pretty cool, you want that. And a whole load of other options as well that you can tweak to your heart's content. Here we've got our analytics settings. So if you create a Google Analytics account, or maybe you've already got one, you can just simply paste the code in this box here. That will get you going. If you want to do something a little bit more advanced for your analytics, check out my channel. I've got a few more videos on Google Analytics in terms of how to add it to your website in a little bit more of an advanced way and get more out of it. But save that for another day. So that's your general settings. Let's have a look at the header settings. So here we've got our options to do with the header. Now the header is obviously this this bit at the top here, which is at the moment it's got a nice tree sort of thing going on. You can obviously change that to whatever you like, and you do that within here. And the image needs to be at least 1366 pixels wide and less than 500 pixels high to look any good. If you don't want an image, you could simply just change it to a color by clicking on a color there, and then you would select a color. Here you can set your height and all that kind of stuff. If you set it less than the image, so if it's like if the image is like 500 high and you set this to 350, you might get a parallax effect, which is what we've got here. Just about, you can see how the website appears to kind of float over the top of the image. Cool effect. You've got your social bar on or off, which I'm sure you're going to want. Here we've got a logo, so let's just remove that and let's upload another logo. I've probably got a lovely WP Eagle one that we could use. He says logo. Okay, you need one with a transparent background, ideally. Otherwise, it's going to have like a white block around it. So, as usual, I can't find what I want. Oh, hang on. Yeah, that'll probably do. Quite like that one, but it's got a white background. Let's go for this one. And then click select. So that's put my logo in. If you want to support Retina screens, which is a cool thing to do, you need to have a logo which is twice the size of your standard one. So if your current logo is like 200 by 200, then your Retina one will be 400 by 400, basically high res. You can set some other settings here. Let's just quickly save that and just have a look at if my logo is any good. Yeah, it's all right, isn't it? It'll do for now. So that's great. Let's go back to these options. Here you got some navigation settings. So the navigation is this across here, and here you can kind of set the fonts and sizes and color and all that other kind of cool stuff, all available in here. And now here is where we can add some ads, which is really cool. And obviously probably something you're going to want to do on your blog. So what I'll do is we'll do that right now while we're here. I'm going to go to Google AdSense, which I've already got an account with. You'll need to set one up if you don't already. So I've just gone to google.com/AdSense. It's going to sign in. Okay, and then I'm going to go up to here and create an ad. So I'm going to go to My Ads, create new ad unit. And for the for the header area, you're probably going to want something kind of wide, I'd have thought. Something like that. So let's give this a name, blog. Let's call it demo blog header. You can decide whether you want text or display ads. I like display ads personally, but it's up to you. Click Save and Get Code. Then we've got this code here. I'm just going to copy that to my clipboard, go back to my theme options and paste that in there. Click Save Changes. Yep, that's saved. Let's go back, refresh. Now the ads are probably going to take a minute or two to show, and I guess they're going to appear here where the space is. Basically Google has to come and have a look at your site or do something. It takes a few minutes, but yeah, as we go on I'm sure they will appear. So let's go back to the options. So that's our header settings. Let's have a look at our sidebar settings. So the sidebar, if we go back to our website, is this bit down the side here. Funny enough, that's where a sidebar sits, down the side, which is a good place for it to be. The moment we've got it set to right, so for example, we could set it to the left. Let's just save that, have a look. Now it's on the left. Exciting. Or we could have no sidebar at all. Just like that. I'm going to show you how to configure these sidebar elements in a second. So that's no sidebar. That's just a big fat load of posts, which is fine. It's whatever you like. So I'm going to put it back to right for now. Here you can have multi-sidebars, which basically means you can have different sidebars for different pages on your website. At the moment, by default, sidebar will be the same across all of the pages, but you may want different sidebars, in which case you would click Create Sidebar here, give it a name, and then you can apply it to whichever pages you like. Okay, let's just save our settings. Okay, the footer. Okay, so the footer is, let's just get rid of AdSense for now, I don't need that. Oh no, let's leave it, we might need it because there might be some more ads we need to add. Yeah, so the footer is this bit right down the bottom. It's got at the moment this kind of stuff, so you might want to change that. So that text is right here, so I'm going to just put copyright 2016, WP Eagle. And then you can add a link, actually. I'll show you how to add a link. Watch a video on how to make this, and then I can link, put the word here. To make a link, it's a little bit of code, but it's not too technical. You add a little, one of them, a bracket, triangle bracket. It's sorry, I'm doing it around the word here because I want here to be clickable. That makes sense. So I'm going to put ahref equals, then your link, which is going to be youtube.com/WordPress Eagle. That's my channel. And then I close the speech marks. And then another one of those sharp bracket things. I don't know what the word is for that triangle bracket thing. And then you close it with another bracket thing and a slash and an A and a bracket. But yeah, hopefully that makes sense if you want to add a link to your footer. Let me just show you what that looks like. Click Save Changes. Refresh. So there it goes. Watch a video on how to make this here, and then we click on the here, and we're off to my channel. Woohoo! So that's a link in the footer. So we got show the social link, which is these, dunk, 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 which are cool. We'll set those up in terms of adding the right addresses soon. And here we can have a back to top button, which is exciting, which is this little arrow down here. Turn that on and off if you like. That's the footer. Okay, so the next one is the featured area. Okay, so the featured area is this bit here. So you can either have a featured area or not. I kind of like it. I think a featured area is a good thing to have. But if you don't, then you can select no. In terms of setting which ones are going to be in that particular featured area, there's a category filter here, so you can select the category, and we'll get to categories in a second. But basically, when you're creating blog posts, you can put them into categories, and you might like to create a category called featured, and then you would come in here and select that, and then only blog posts that are within that featured category would appear. I think at the moment, if I just have a look, which ones are coming up here? Beauty, girl, fashion. Yeah, I think it's just pulling in all of the posts at the moment. Yeah, but obviously you'd probably only want a few selects for posts, in which case you would create a category, and then you would select that category within here. And I'll show you how to create the categories on the posts very shortly. Alternatively, if you don't want to use a category, you can use a tag. And again, a tag is something you can apply to posts and to kind of group them together. So you might have a featured tag, and then you can come in here and select that. Oh, looks like I've already got a featured tag. So yeah, let's select that, and I'll just show you how that works. Now if I refresh, they've changed to only ones that are tagged with featured. If we go back to the back end and go into the post, we'll come back to this in a second, posts and tags. I can see that there are 4 posts that are tagged with featured. If I click over here, it's these ones. So yeah, we'll come on to editing posts in a second. I don't want to kind of go off track. Let's finish off these theme options. So let's go back to the theme options and featured area. So now, yeah, any posts that are tagged with featured are going to appear up here, which is kind of cool. And you can sort them by either the latest post, or whether they're popular, or just have them random, whatever you like. Decide how many you want, and whether you want to offset them. Now, an offset would mean, so say you're doing the latest post. If you offset it by 1, it wouldn't include the very latest post, it would include the next one. I think that makes sense, hopefully. Let's save the changes. Okay, home settings. Now we've been in here before, so I think I don't need to go through this again. But yeah, all pretty straightforward. Now the single settings are to do with the single blog post. So let's, if we go through to this blog post here. And so the posts look really nice. So the options we've got are first paragraph, drop cap with background. So that gives you that big huh, whatever letter you're using. And then you've got a few other options here. You've got drop cap without background. Let me just show you what that looks like. That's quite nice too. And other options you can play around with, whatever you like. You've got pop-up images when clicks. That's pretty cool. That gives you like a a lightbox type effect. So if we've got something like this, you click it, you get a nice pop-up going on, which is great. I'd leave that as it is. It looks cool. So yeah, all these settings are probably fine. Don't need to worry about them. Here is where I was talking about, when you create different sidebars, maybe you want a different sidebar on your posts. It'd be in here that you would, after you created it in that other section that we were in a second ago, up in sidebar settings, you would then be able to select your new sidebar. And again, yeah, I'm going to show you how to edit the sidebar in 2 secs. A few more options if you want the comment box, which is the bit down the bottom here, where people can leave comments. On a blog, you probably are going to want that. The author box, which is kind of cool, which is this bit here. Again, you might want that. You can add some extra details here. I'll show you how to do that. You can go into just go into the dashboard. If I go into the users and find me, which I'm here, there's a little bit here where you can add some stuff, like your Facebook. Let me just add a Facebook and a Twitter. So you just type in your full address. I can't always remember mine, I think. That's it. And any of these others that you've got, if you like to. So these are your own personal ones rather than, say, ones that you set up for your blog. You could put a little bit of biographical info about yourself. So, hi, I'm Alex and I make WordPress website videos on YouTube. Get in touch. whatever you like. Change your profile picture. You do you set a picture on Gravatar, which is kind of cool, because if you do it on there, then it will follow you around any other WordPress blog you happen to go to and make a comment or set up or whatever. So let's just update that. I'm going to go back to that blog post we were looking at. Then I'm going to refresh. Look, hey, there's my biography and there's my social media links. So yeah, that looks better. Back to our options. You've got the show next and previous posts, which are these links here, which again I like. I'm not going to turn them off. And you've got related, and you've got your social settings. So what have we got here? Show, post, like, tweet, share on social button. Enable, disable. Okay, so that's the this one here, which is cool. Let's see what this one does. That shows you these things here, which don't look quite as good as them ones, do they? So let's turn them off. Okay, so that's the single settings. In here we've got the categories. So as you create categories for your blog posts, which I'll show you very shortly, they will appear here, and obviously you can have different layouts on different categories if you'd like, which is kind of cool. Obviously it's entirely up to you, but yeah, they're very similar settings to what we've seen previously. And again, for page settings, you can set different settings for different pages, and again, select different sidebars. All pretty straightforward. Here's the typography, or in other words, fonts and stuff, and how it looks in terms of the words. Again, you can just simply play around here, select whichever fonts you like, their weights, their sizes, colors, for all the different elements, so the titles, the category names, the meta tags. I'm not obviously going to change all these right now because that would be quite dull. But yeah, just go through these and play around and get it looking as you'd like. It's an exciting bit. Here's the colors, so you can select your main theme color and the background style for the title, which is this bit here. Have a play around again, select your colors. I think we're on a little kind of grey tip on this, which is fine for me. I'm not going to play around with that now, but obviously you will to make it your own. Here's our social media stuff. So whether you want to have your LinkedIn button or your Tumblr button, by default you've got your Facebook, Twitter, Google Plus and Pinterest. So these are the buttons that appear here. And now here are our site social profiles. So these are the ones across here. So obviously you'd want to update these with your own. So for example, I would type in like that. And my Twitter. Google Plus and all the other millions of ones, which I can't quite remember right now, but I do know my YouTube. So yeah, as many as you've got. I mean, and you can have a lot, can't you? There's a lot of social media networks out there at the moment. So let's click Save Changes. I'm just going to go back and check that that's gone through. So it's added my YouTube. Yeah, I click that now and I'm off to YouTube. That's all working. That's all easy. Good. So that's our social profiles all done. Okay, custom CSS. You're probably not going to need to come in here too much. But if you, so this is when you need to make some more serious kind of style changes. I've got a video on how to do that with Firebug on my channel. Check that out. But for now, I don't think you're going to need to worry about that. Okay, so there's all our settings done. So now what I'm going to do is show you how to work on the posts and all that kind of thing. So blog posts are all found under here, under posts, and it has imported quite a few demo ones, which I guess once you're familiar with what you're doing, you're going to want to delete these. And again, you do that by just ticking there and going to move to trash. Stuff from trash can be restored, so don't worry if you delete stuff, then you need it back. So I'm going to add a new post right now just to take you through how you do it. So let's what should we do? We can add a video. I think that would be pretty cool. So to do that, give it a name. This is an example WP Eagle video. I'm just making this up as I go along. Over here you can select what sort of post it is. So I'm going to select video, and then it's popped up this thing where I can add a URL. In here is your main content. So you just type away in here. Yada yada yada. You'd obviously put your content. You could paste it in from Word if you like. You've got some kind of formatting stuff here. Very easy to use. Just highlight. It's a bit like Word. This button here gives you more options, so you can this is a title, and you can make it a title like that. Again, do check out my channel. I've got a whole playlist on kind of getting started with WordPress, which covers using the editor, adding links, adding images, all sorts of stuff. And watch the videos in there, and you'll be finding your way around WordPress in no time. So over here, here's the categories that I mentioned earlier. So you're going to put stuff into categories. I'm going to create a new category and just call it WP Eagle Videos. But you might have one, obviously, depending on what your website's about. Maybe it's about computer games, and you'd have a category for PlayStation, a category for Xbox, a category for Nintendo. Maybe it's about makeup, and you'd have a category on doing your hair, hair. I don't know, lipstick, foundation. I'm kind of out of my expertise talking about makeup, but I think you get the idea. You'd put blogs into logical categories, so they're all nicely grouped together and people can find them easily. If we scroll down a bit further, so I need to add a video URL for this because it's a video post. I'm just going to head over to YouTube. I'm going to find one of my videos. Go to my channel. This one here, that looks good, my latest one. There's me. I'm just going to copy that link and paste that in there. And then you can mess around with the post settings. Those settings we just looked at in the theme settings in terms of the drop caps and all that stuff. You can actually set them individually per post. So you'd probably want to go for the default. Here are those tags. So remember, we said anything tagged with featured. Start typing and it's going to suggest it. At the top, but you might also tag it with video, YouTube, whatever you like. Again, it's an easy way of grouping things together, and it's possibly good for SEO, but who knows. The featured image is the image that appears at the top of the blog post and kind of around the site wherever the blog is. So let's see if I can find an image that I can upload. I've probably got a there we go. One of these will be fine. It doesn't necessarily have to match the video. I don't think I can find the one that matches that particular video. Maybe I can. Hang on, let's have a quick look. Modified. I must have. As I said earlier, I'm sorry, my computer is a mess. It takes me ages to find anything. Hey, there it is. That's the one I want. So I'm just going to upload that and click Set Featured Image. Then we can click Publish. You've got a few other options up here. If you don't want to publish it just yet, maybe you're still working on it, you can click Save Draft. You can set a date, so you can publish in the future, and then that will kind of schedule it, and then when it gets that date, it will automatically post. Or you may want to put it back in the past if you want to kind of backdate some posts. I think that's all you really need to know in posts, so let's click Publish. And if we click up here, View Post. There we go. This is an example. There's the header there. We've still got this gap because the ads haven't come through yet, but they will be here soon. And then here's my video. In this video, I'm going to be showing you. Whoopsie. There we go. And there's my little bit of text, which obviously looks a bit weird because there's not enough of it. So what I'll do is I'll just copy and paste this stuff. I'll fill it out a bit more, won't it? This stuff. Okay. So I'm back in the editor here. I'm just going to paste that text in. I don't need the video in there. Click Update. So look at the post now. there we go. So there we go, we have a post, and it's obviously showing up over here. And if we go back to the home page, sorry, click the wrong button. There it is. So that's posts. We've obviously got some other things on this here. We've got some pages. So if you click on a page like the About Me or the Contact, they're very similar to posts in terms of how you edit them. So you just click up here, click Edit when you're logged in, or when you're in the dashboard, you'll find it here under Pages. And you can see the editor is very, very similar to the posts. And again, yeah, you just type away, make your changes, then click Update, and that's your pages done. Now, in terms of this menu across the top here, to change that, we go into Menus from up here. Or again, if you're in the dashboard, it's under Appearance and Menus. And here is our top menu. So for example, if I wanted to remove these kind of drop down going on here, I can just simply put that down and click Remove. Click Remove, because these all link off to the demo on that on the developer site. So I'm just going to remove them. It's a bit of, there's not a select all on this, unfortunately. So it's going to take me a minute or two. If I can click on that arrow, would be doing all right. Here we go. And these are all drag and drop in terms of the order. So say for example, I wanted the About Me to come first. I could just drag that up here, put that there, click Save Menu. What am I doing? Let's go back. I don't know what I can't seem to be able to click. Okay, there we go. So we see it's changed. That drop down's gone. The About Me's moved to there, etc., etc. If you wanted to add a new page to the menu, you'd find them over here. So if you create a page, they'll appear here. If you want to add a post, for example, there's my latest post. I can just add that. And let's just click Save and then Reply. It's pretty unlikely you'd want to add a post to the menu, but you might do. It's more likely, I'm just going to remove that, you want to add a category. So, you know, that's my new category. Could add that, let's put it there. Then click Save. Let's refresh and have a look. There's my category. Now we've obviously only got limited room along here, so you're going to think about quite carefully about what kind of headings you want and what menu items you want. Otherwise you're going to spill into the search box. You can obviously turn the search box off if you like, as we saw within the theme options. Just remove that category for now. It's making the place look untidy. Remove and save. There we go. Okay, there's one other element on this home page that I want to change, which is these along the bottom here, these counters, and this Instagram setup. So to do that, let's go back to the dashboard. And then in the dashboard, those areas are actually a widget, I believe. So if we go into Appearance and Widgets, now widgets again are what we find in the sidebar. So we can have a look at them as well while we're in here. But yeah, those, let's go back, I'll just show you. These areas along the bottom are widgets. You find them in here. You got, okay, you got the full width top footer, which is this bit, and then there's some area along the bottom here which we can add stuff to as well. Okay, so the social counters are here, so you just need to add your names, your Twitter. Okay, for Twitter you're going to need some keys. So to do that, you click on this link, and make sure you got the right account, which that is not. So I'm just going to log out and log in with the correct account. If I can remember my password, we'll be all right. Okay, now I'm logged in. Let me just close that and go back and click this link again to generate your Twitter app. I've already got one set up, but you'll need to maybe click create new app, and then within there you get some keys, which you'll find under keys and access tokens. And there they are, and you just simply copy and paste consumer API key into there. And then that one there, which is the secret. I'll have to blur these out, I think, for security reasons, but you get the idea. If you've got a Pinterest, there you go. You can do Instagram as well. So let's go over to Instagram, click this link. Click get token. Again, I'm logged in as the wrong person. Let me just log in again. Log in as me. Click authorize and get this access token. Paste that there. Put my YouTube username in. Don't have SoundCloud or Vimeo or Dribble. Let's remove those. Let's click save. And if we go back to our, let me close some of these tabs. We've got a bit of a mess here, haven't we? Yes, yes. I don't think we need AdSense anymore. Let's go back to the website. Oh, WP Eagle Demo blog. If we scroll down, there we go. They're my real numbers, so that's looking good. And then we need to set up this Instagram feed here. So let's go back to our widgets. There. Okay, so here's our Instagram. I think I've still got that access token in my clipboard. Let's paste it. And yada, yada, yada. Click save. I think all the rest is fine. That should pull in my Instagram photos. There we go. There's my dog and all that sort of stuff, and my boy and me. That's looking good. And obviously people can click follow if they want to. Okay, so I think we're about there. Let me just show you this sidebar as we're in the widget. So go back into widgets, and here we go. We've got the sidebar stuff. So they've got the about me. So you can have your about image and your break line image, which is weird, which is that maple. You can obviously change the text. So if you want to upload an image, it's a bit funny, you can't just click add image here. What you're going to need to do is go into media library and then add new. Let me just do this in a new window. And I need a picture of me. I'm just going to head to Facebook. That's the easiest way to find one, I think. Yeah, there's me. Save that image. There we go. So I'm going to upload that file. Blimey, what have I just downloaded here? Where is it? There I am. They're all really small. That'll be it. I don't know what I just saved on Facebook then. That's a bit strange. But anyway, I found that picture. You'll hopefully just have a picture on your computer and you won't need to do that. So now I've added it to the media library, I can click edit. And I can get this file URL from over here. It's quite a big image. Hopefully it'll be all right. Let's see. I'm going to paste that in the about image URL and then click save. Let's go refresh. there it is. There's me. So that's good. Then we can change that little bit of text there. Let's get rid of that. Find out how to make this site by watching my video, and then I'll link to the video when I've made it, but I can't right now because I'm making it. That makes sense. Okay, so that's done. Let's just refresh. I've got too many tabs open again. Let's close these. I'm terrible for tabs. So there we go. Latest stories is there. So that's this little widget here. Again, you can change that. There's different styles. Style 2. Let's see what style 2 looks like. Just text. I think style 1's better, isn't it? You can select a certain category or tag or multiple categories. You can limit the number of posts by more if you like. It's all fairly straightforward. I've got another Instagram thing here. So, oh, I haven't got my token anymore, but you could set that up if you like. Which I think is nice because, well, you got Instagram at the bottom. I mean, how much Instagram do you really need? So I'm going to remove that. But yeah, if you want it, just put in your user ID and the access token that we previously got. Oh, what the heck? I'll add it just for the sake of it. You can get the key from here. Save, and then the final one is just simple categories, which just shows your blog categories. Yeah, save that. So let's refresh and just see if that Instagram is going to work. Seems to not like that. Let's just refresh one more time. Just check that this saved properly. Oh, looks okay. Yeah. Let me just click that link and maybe I need to get another token. Maybe I need this user ID here. Let's just. It is user ID. It's not the name word thing. It's the number. That'll be why. There we go. We've got Instagram in the sidebar and categories there. So you can add more with widgets. There's all sorts of things here. There's like a text widget if you just wanted some text. What I'll do is I'm going to add one of these to the footer, so you can see where that works. This is a demo site. You can make this yourself if you like. Whatever. There we go. Let's just click refresh. And you see they appear there, and you can have free going across there. So that's something you might want to do. Maybe add some more ads or links, you know, whatever you like. So yeah, that's the text widget. I'll just remove that. But yeah, there's all sorts of things. There's a menu widget. So what you can do is you can create a menu within the menus area that we were in previously. A separate menu to the one that you've got running across the top, and then you can have that appear in your footer. MailChimp sign up form. There's all sorts of things that you might want to add. So yeah, you just simply drag them to where you want. It's pretty straightforward. Again, on my channel, check out. I've got my videos. I've got a few videos on widgets and sidebars and all the cool stuff you can do with them. But yeah, I won't clog up this video with all that sort of stuff. Please do check out my channel. There's videos on SEO and on widgets and on WordPress and all that sort of stuff. And hey, look, wow, there's our ad. That's working as well. So on that note, I think we've come to the end of this video. I hope you got this far and you're now ready to start adding content and making your blog site your own. I do wish you the best of luck with it. If you get stuck, well, hopefully, probably if you're stuck, you probably haven't got this far. But yeah, if you do get this far and you've got any questions or comments, then please do let me know. If you complete your site, I'd love you to share it with me on the channel. So underneath this video, maybe post it in the comments and share it with me and everyone else. That'd be really cool. But yeah, until next time, I do wish you the best of luck, as I've already said, and I hope that your website turns out, or your blog turns out as you wanted it to. And yeah, check out my channel for more stuff. If you like this video, please do click the like button below. It really does help. And yeah, subscribe to my channel for more WordPress videos and all that sort of stuff. Bye for now.